What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Boston Celtics beat the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 7, and the Boston Celtics advance to the Western Conference Finals, and Boston takes care of business easily in this game. Horrible second half by Philadelphia, only scoring 36 points in the second half, 10 points in the third quarter. It has to be a playoff low in a quarter this year. That has to be the lowest amount of points scored in a quarter and throughout the whole playoffs at first and second round. Speaking of the second round is officially over. Conference finals matchups are set. It is actually a rematch of the 2020 bubble conference finals between Boston and Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Lakers and Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, which were the matchups in 2020 during the bubble. So those matchups will happen again. I mean, a lot of different things have changed through the the last couple of years with these teams. Celtics haven't changed that much. I mean, Al Horford's came in since then for the Celtics, which he wasn't with them back then. The Celtics rotation has changed a little bit here and there. Miami's changed a little. I mean, Miami's rotation, they've added in Kyle Lowry since 2020. They've added in a couple other pieces that, are not playing for them now. Denver's changed a lot. They didn't have Aaron Gordon in the bubble. And there's a couple other guys that weren't playing. And then the team that's really changed the most is the Lakers. I mean, I think the only two players that were on the bubble where the Lakers won the championship were LeBron and AD. Besides that, the old team is different. So some minor changes besides the Lakers between the teams. I mean, so yeah, let's get in the game though. Just domination by the Boston Celtics in this game. I'm not trying to, I kind of made a prediction like this though, when it was mid-game. So I think it was the second quarter. Boston crowd started going crazy. Boston was down 35-26, and out of nowhere, Boston goes on a 7-0 run, and it's all said in 33-35. Philly has to take a timeout. As we all know, it's a Mother's Day, so I was spending the evening with my mom during Mother's Day. I'm watching the game with her, and I look over to her, and I say, "This game's over." Even though Boston's down 2, and it's still a lot of time, like in the second quarter, I could just tell by the way Boston was going on a little bit of a run, going on a 7-0 run, and how the Celtics crowd was going crazy, and the way Tatum was playing good basketball, Robert Williams was playing good basketball, Jaylen Brown was playing good basketball, their defense they were playing amazing defensive basketball. It's like, I turn over and look at my mom, I'm like, Boston's going to go on a crazy run in this second half, and it's going to be something that Philly won't be able to handle. And I thought that the Boston would maybe have a bigger lead going into halftime, but they only went into halftime up 3. I thought maybe they'd be up going into halftime in the area of 6-10 after Boston went on that 7-0 run, or they were on a 9-0 run. I think, yeah, they were on a 9-0 run, and after the 9-0 run, it was tied at 35. It was like, okay, I think Boston could have a decent lead going into halftime. They were only up 3, and then, okay, I was like, all right, I think Boston's gonna have a really good third quarter, which could be really detrimental to the Sixers. And I guess I was kind of right on that though. But I don't know, the Boston crowd and Jayson Tatum, and just the way everybody was playing on the Celtics, you can't stop that. And Jayson Tatum was phenomenal tonight. 51 points for Jayson Tatum with 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Just phenomenal for Jayson Tatum. 17 for 28, 6 for 10 from 3, 11 for 14 at the free throw line, and the most points in Game 7 history in the NBA. So, I mean, Curry did break that earlier this in the playoffs. Curry broke that in Game 7 against the Kings, and Curry scored 50, but Tatum scores 51, so Tatum passes Curry. And then I want to get to this player who I thought had the most impact besides Tatum, and that is Al Horford. Al Horford scored 6 points and 10 rebounds in this game. Even though he was the fourth or fifth leading scorer in this game. The defensive impact that Al Horford had in this game for the Boston Celtics was amazing. He locked up the MVP, Joel Embiid, in this game. Joel Embiid struggled massively in this game, 5 for 18, 0 for 4 from 3, 5 for 6 at the free throw line. He played great defense on Joel Embiid. 2 steals, 3 blocks. He played good defense on everybody. Made 2 threes, had 6 points with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. He had a really big impact for this Boston Celtics in every category in this game. I think he was a huge impact. Then 25 for Jaylen Brown with 9 for 19 shooting, 3 for 6 from 3, 4 for 4 at the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. 7 for Marcus Smart, and 6 for Robert Williams III. And then scoring for Boston off the bench, Boston had 17 points off the bench, 12 for Malcolm Brogdon, 3 for Derek White, and 2 for Julian Champagne. And that was it for scoring for the bench for the Celtics. Leading scorer for Philly is Tobias Harris with 19, 5 rebounds, and then Joel Embiid with 15, 8, but a horrible shooting day. And then James Harden struggled massively, 9 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, played 41 minutes with 3-11 shooting, 1 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and James Harden is going into the offseason being a free agent. Then 11 for PJ Tucker, 4 for 7, 3 for 6 from 3. Best game, one of his best games all year, all season. And then 17 for Tyrese Maxey. So almost the only starter that wasn't in double figures for Philly was James Harden, who was 1 point off. Tucker had 11, Harris had 19, Embiid had 15, and 17 for Maxey. Harden had 9. Then scoring off the bench, 4 for Jaden Springer, 7 for Melton, then 2 for Paul Reed, and 4 for Daniel House Jr., and that was it for the scoring for the Sixers off the bench. The Boston Celtics win Game 7 and will be heading to the Eastern Conference Finals, and Philly blows a 3-2 lead. Philly has a lot of things to figure out going into this offseason, like what they're doing with head coach. Is Doc Rivers staying the head coach as the head coach? Are they going to fire Doc and maybe go after Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns, who was just fired yesterday? And what's going to happen with James Harden? He's a free agent. James Harden has interest in coming back to my Houston Rockets, my favorite team, the Rockets. So, I think Philly has a lot to figure out this offseason. Should be a really interesting one. That's the video, because enjoy your thoughts on the game, and peace out.